Welcome back, guys. This week I want to tackle the near side rear inner wheel arch. So here's the offending item. This was plated in, I believe, 2011. Me and my friend did it as a bit of a project. Novas were cheap back then. It was done at weekends. The car was used a lot. Wasn't done to any great level of skill. However, it has lasted fairly well considering. The car's been kept outside for most of its life, so I don't think it's too bad. I'm going to cut this out, see what damage we've got, and then we'll go from there. So first job, I'm going to clean some of this original underseal off, because I feel like it could be covering some more rust. Wish me luck. Oh dear, it looks like I could be right. I'm going to try a slightly different approach and use a heat gun just to get the big bits off and then continue with the wire wheel. Right. I think it's time to get the disc cutter out and cut some of this back and see what we've actually got to work with. It's not looking good. So I don't really want to beat around the bush. It's not good. However, I think I can make it right. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but I can give it some more life. So I've given the panel some more love. I've cleaned up a bit more steel. I've cut a bit more out. And I've treated the interior of the chassis leg with that crust. I've also etched it and painted it gloss black. Now I know it's not perfect, but this should give it another 10 years or so. I think one day what I'm going to do is cut the entire boot floor out and then remake some new chassis legs. I think the car's a bit of a patchwork quilt, but it is strong. I've looked at it, a lot of this stuff's been repaired in the past and it still looks really strong, just not the neatest. So unfortunately, this will have to do for now. So I've made this little cardboard template. I'm going to cut it out of steel, it's going to go there, and then this panel, which originally overlapped down here, is going to go on top of it. So I'll make this bit first and go from there. So guys, I've also just made this little plate up here, which is going to tack onto that, and then the outer section can weld to this. Now I don't know whether this is the original look for the car. I don't think it is, because I don't think this plate's original, but it will box it in and make it nice and strong. I didn't film it, but all welded in, looking pretty good, nice and strong, brilliant. So this panel's painted, I've drilled it, cut it out, it's looking good. It's going to go just there. I'm going to spot weld the bottom and seam weld the sides. And there we go. All welded in, clean back. Not absolutely perfect, but it looks pretty damn good to me. Once I've primed it, painted it, stone chipped it, it should look pretty good. So I'm chuffed with that. I'm not going to show you how I do the cardboard template because it's a little bit crude. I literally just trace around the edge with a dirty finger and use a pen. And then cut it roughly, mark it onto steel, maybe sometimes a little bit bigger, and then I fettle it from there, so you don't really need to see that. Voila! So, that's the panel made. Cut it out, I folded it roughly. I've primed and glossed the back. Now I know it's not going to make loads and loads of difference because obviously there's going to be some heat in there, but if it gives it another few years, I'm happy. Makes me feel better, and that's the main thing. Right, fitted, welded, ground. Definitely not perfect. This metal here is really thin, so I struggle to join it, but it'll do. I don't want to grind it back anymore because I don't want to take the strength away. When I first did it, I ground it right back, and then the panel split slightly. So now I've ended up putting loads of welding to reinforce it, and yeah, it's not as pretty as I'd like it, but once it's undersealed, stone chipped, whatever you want to call it, it's going to look good. So the final piece of the puzzle. Once again, etched the back, primed it, painted it. So I'm going to hopefully plug weld this into place. So yeah, we're done. Basically, I've got to etch prime this now. I'm going to put a bit of gloss black on top just to seal it. I plan to take the beam down and the exhaust off at some point and then clean the inside of this as well. And then again, etch it, gloss it. I'll put some stone chip on it. And I'll probably 2K gloss the underside at some point. But like I said earlier, this is never going to be a show car. I'm just doing this to prolong the life of the vehicle. It looks pretty good. I've kind of kept the factory lines the best I can. Yeah, once it's stone chipped, I don't think it's going to jump out here that it's been repaired, which is the main thing, isn't it? And hopefully, we'll get another 10 years use out of it. That's the plan. Right guys, I'm going to leave the video there. Once again, if you like what you see, please like, leave a comment and subscribe. Thanks again for watching. Stay tuned.